Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? Okay, so this time again I'm back with another video and this is a different one. Now we are going to compare two directed writing tasks. How you can approach a speech, how you can attempt a speech and an article, how they are different and how they are similar. We are going to compare. Whenever we compare something, we compare their similarities and their differences both. So in this directed writing task, we'll see that if we are writing a speech on the basis of one text and then writing an article based on the same text, how they are different or how they are similar. So the text that we have, most of you have done this text earlier. We did this in class also. You did this in one of your papers in I guess in C1 or C2. Somewhere you have done this, because I can remember that once I was checking a paper in which one of the students, I think that must be PC, in which they have written, when I was young, or I must admit that I spent a lot of time. No, there was something like this. Mm, when now I have, yeah, now I have children of my own, two lovely teenagers who benefit from the huge advances in technology, but I worry about their long term use of computers. So I remember one of the students, he wrote that now I have children of my own, two lovely teenagers who benefit from the huge advances in technology. So that means that at that time, most of you were not familiar, you had no idea that actually we are not going to paraphrase, or we are not going to write only this text in our answers. Rather, we are going to just take out points from here. Again, I'm telling you that how we are going to take out points. This is the way you are going to do when you are doing your paper also. Now, this is in text A, this is the perspective of a father. This side is perspective of a parent, and this is perspective of a parent, and this is the perspective of a student. You will read this like when I was young, I must admit that I spent a lot of time playing video, very basic computer games with my friends. But times change. Now I have children of my own, two lovely teenagers who benefit from the huge advances in technology. But I worry about their long term use of computers. So first problem that parent is facing is the long term use of computers. It seems to me that they have stopped thinking. Another one, stopped thinking. This is the opinion of a father. So 1 2, father thinks that his children have stopped thinking. Then just read on. Knowing facts and information is essential. Unfortunately, computers block that process. So that means block thinking process. We will underline all these one by one, and then we will see that whether we are repeating any of the points or not. If we are repeating, then we will write those 2 points, we will change them into one, we will write them in 1 point. So in this way, on the other side also you will take out points, and after that we'll start writing our speech or article. Let's have a look at this, how we are going to do it. So I haven't taken out points there. I do not have the mark scheme available also. But look at this. This is an article based on this text that we have just read. You have this text, you have this booklet with you. You can take out the points from here and then write your own article. So I have taken out a few points. This is actually this is not one of from one of the past papers. That's why I don't have the mark scheme also. So I've taken it from a book for you all. So the future is digital. This is the title. So in case of an article, you must have a very interesting and strong title there. Then write your own name. This is done. The first step is done. The title of an article must be very interesting. If that is interesting, only then your title is a kind of a gateway towards your article. If that is interesting, I'll read your article. If that is simply like uses of computers or something like that, I won't read your article. So title must be eye-catching, interesting. You can write it in all capitals. That must be very visible. It must be interesting. One thing. Then write your name after that. You can write written by, you can write reported by, no, sorry, not reported by. You can write written by, or you can write byline and then write your own name. So, or simply write it the way I've written it. Done. Now, first read this text and then have a look at this, at how we have utilized this text for writing an article. The future is digital. It shows that I am in favor of text B. That is the opinion of a child. So, and this text is also written by a student. Look at this. We live in a world where computers are central to our everyday lives. Some people think now, from the very first line, evaluation has started. Some people think computers have become our masters. Others believe now, side by side, we are using them. Others believe that they are incredibly helpful servants. One is saying they are masters, the other is saying they are servants. One thing is certain, computers are here to stay, and it is up to us how we use them. There are some people, often concerned parents, who claim that computers make us lazy and stop us from learning essential knowledge. Although I can understand this to a degree, but because I do use technology for research, often these things are complex topics, not basic facts. Furthermore, in the past, people relied on books, which are useful, but people sometimes had to wait days to borrow books from a library. Now, and often only got some of the required knowledge. This is development. Nowadays, we can use computers to find more information more quickly. Because that is an article and we are writing it for young people, our language, our format, our tone and register must be neutral. There's no need to be very formal, and there's no need to be very casual or informal. Just stay semi formal or neutral, because magazine article is a kind of a document that anybody can read. Maybe older people are reading it. So if you use slang or that kind of language, then people might not understand it. Like these days we have Gen Z language, most of us, we don't understand that language. So there's, if you write such language, so only those young people would be able to understand it. If somebody else is reading that article, if a child who is younger, or if an older people, if older people are reading that, then they won't be able to understand it. So use neutral and semi formal language. So first this done, then look at the second paragraph. While there are issues about the amount of information that young people have to process and its reliability, we rise to these challenges. The students I know are experts at this is development. You are using your own information here. The students I know are experts at sifting. Sifting information means just filter it. They have a strong instinct for judging the truthfulness of online content. It is clear that modern ways to access. Okay, now you can read it. This is the kind of an article. It is, you have it with you. I just want to read the last paragraph now. Okay. Contrary to parents' stereotypical views of phone addicted teens, there is a digital, I'm reading it from here. There is a digital network of young people sharing ideas, discussing global issues, playing games, supporting one another, and learning from friends across the world. The future truly is digital, and that future is a bright one. So, this is an article, and this article is based on the text that we have read. Now, here is a speech based on the same on the same text that we have just read. Now, look at this. Look at the speech, and we are starting it with good morning everyone. This is a neutral kind of starting. Any speech can be started like that, but if the starting is given, write that. Okay, any starting that is given in the question, you have to start your speech like that. Then you do not write just good morning everyone. but because this starting is given in question, so I'm writing it here. Good morning everyone, then leave space and then start paragraph number 1. Have you ever stopped to think about how much of your life depends on technology? Rhetorical question. We started our, see, have you ever stopped to think about how much of your life depends on technology? That is the start of a speech. Now look at an article. We live in a world where computers are central to our everyday lives. That is the first sentence. So, this speech is emotive. This speech is using rhetorical question because you are delivering it to people, you are speaking to people who are sitting in front of you. That's why you are using this rhetorical question. You are talking to them. From the moment you wake up to the time you go to sleep, computers you tone. Remember, for a speech, you tone. Okay, you are talking to people who are sitting there. So, from I'm now here. From the moment you wake up to the time you go to sleep, computers and digital devices are part of your daily routine, or you can say they are part of our daily routine. This is an enigmatic, that means a problematic situation where there is an enigma, a problem. This is an enigmatic situation for each one of us. I am. Now after that you need to introduce yourself. The rule is same. If that is a classroom debate, there is no need to introduce yourself. If that is a journal speech, if that is a assembly in schools, if that is a speech in school assembly, then do introduce yourself. I am this from class this, and I have got this golden opportunity to discuss this phenomenon today. Some people say that, okay, you can add one sentence here, that, oh, let's talk about it, let's discuss this with each other. Some people say that computers are taking control of our lives. Others believe they are simply tools that make life easier. The truth lies somewhere in between. Technology is not the problem, it is how we choose to use it that matters. Many adults, okay, now you can read it, it is written there. Now I'll read the final paragraph. I'm reading it from here. That says a lot about who is leading in this digital age. But technology is not only about information. It connects people, it allows creativity to grow. Young people are making music, creating art, sharing ideas, and even supporting each other across countries and cultures. So instead of fearing technology, we should learn to use it wisely. The future is digital, whether we like it or not. The real question is, are we ready for it? So, this is, whenever you end a speech, you should give something that people can remember for a long time, or they can take it with themselves. Now, that is a question that you are leaving to people. You are just asking them, are we ready for it? So when they will leave the place, they'll ask themselves that whether they are ready for this change, or this digital future or not. And after that, once you have done this, you'll say thank you for your time, or simply thank you, or thank you for coming to listen to me, or thank you for listening, anything like that. So this was basically speech versus an article, and how they two are different when we talk about them. That's all for now. We'll be back with another video soon, inshallah. Allah Hafiz. Take care of yourself and work hard.